Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Long time no tutorial. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope we're having an amazing start. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I went from this to this. So if this sounds like something you'll be interested in, this video is definitely for you and you need to keep watching. So I'm going to be prepping the skin before installation, and in order to do that, we'll need to tame down the hairline. So I'm using my got2b gel to do this. Then you can use any hold spray, but the hold spray I'm using for today's video is the Ebin hold spray. So then after that, I'm going to get my edge brush and then gently brush it backwards, just as seen in the video. So once I'm done with this part, I'm going to get my hand dryer and dry it down in cool air. Always remember, in cool air. By the way, my friend here has a very sweaty skin, like she was just sweating all through the installation. So you might not see it, but the pores were open and it was just gushing out. So now I went on to use wipes to clean the area I'm going to be putting the glue, and then I went on to use my skin protectant spray. So it's up to you to use any skin protectant spray you want to use. And I went on to do the same thing I did for the front to the back, because I saw a lot of hair flying around and I didn't want that. So I went on to tame it down also. So then once I'm done, I am going to get my glue, just as seen in the video, and then spread it out. So once I spread out, I'm going to allow it clear on its own. So you guys, I know a lot of you will come for me that I didn't do the bald cap. So the reason is because there's no hair around the area. So say there's hair there, it's also up to me to do the bald cap if I want to. But in situations like this where the client sweats a lot, I don't bother to do the bald cap, because here in my country is really hot, and trust me, that installation might not last. So I went on to apply glue on this area and then spread it out. So I'm going to also repeat the same technique for the other side. So once I'm done, I'm going to let it clear on its own. So for today's installation, I did just 2 applications because she was already sweating, and I didn't want to put too much so it doesn't, cake up around the area. So I'm going to carefully bring down the lace, or rather the frontal, and then place it. So once I place it, I'm going to then walk my comb through it, just as seen in the video, and then I'm going to get my elastic band and then tie it. So when I'm working on frontals, I really don't like the hairs to be in my way. So I'm going to try to push everything backward. So I will ask my hand to hold the ear area so it doesn't leave. And then I'm going to get my hot comb and carefully tame it down. So by the way, this hot comb is the Andes hot comb, one of my favorite hot combs. So I usually use 2 hot combs, one from Hair by Any and one from Andes. So after taming it down, I'm going to then tie it. And then once I tie, I'm going to let it sit for at least a minute. And then I'm going to pluck the hair. So I'm going to link a plucking video up there so you guys can go watch it and learn how to pluck. So now I'm going to carefully cut out the ear area so we don't have any excess lace going on there. So this helps the lace, you guys can see it sits properly. So after that, I'm going to basically customize the hair. So before I pluck, I like to do a middle part. So reason is because I don't want to leave any bald spots on that area. So you guys, the secret to a flawless installation is using a hot comb. So whenever I install a hair, I can't even count how many times I use the hot comb because this just helps the frontal look so realistic when you're working. So that's why we have it like this. So I like to use my hot comb to like give the hair a framing so it can suit the person's head, or rather face. So when I take the top like this, when I get to the sides, I like to, do a swoop from down to top. So I'm going to just carefully run my tweezer on the frontal so it leaves it with that realistic or rather lifelike illusion. So it's time to cut out the lace. I'm going to carefully cut it out in a zigzag motion. And when I'm cutting, I don't like to go too deep into the lace. Just like to leave a little lace so that when we try to blend or rather melt it, it's going to look really natural. I'm done cutting, I'm going to get the adhesive and then fill in those areas that didn't get glue. So you guys, at this point, I was actually nervous because she was really sweating. I know you guys can see it here from the camera, but that day it was war for me. So, but I just like to, challenge myself. This really makes me happy. So now it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction after doing it. So I'm going to fill in all the areas and then allow it clear. Then once it clears, I'm going to come back and then just pat it down and then tie it. So I like to tie before I use my melt spray because I don't want it to lift. In situations like this where the client sweats a lot, please tie. I can tie someone's hair for more than 20 times before I put my the melt spray because I don't want the hair to leave. So I get questions like, when I use the melt spray, it lifts my frontal, what can I do? So when you apply the glue and you place your frontal, please tie, and before you put your melt spray, please tie it again before you put your melt spray. So that's how it works. You can just put the glue and then put the melt spray and allow it to stay. Trust me, my darlings, it's definitely going to leave.
The
So I went on to get the melt spray. I just sprayed a little on my edge brush, and then I'm using it to just tame the hairline backwards. So I don't like to extend it past an inch because I don't want the other part to get stiff. So you guys, you can see what the lace look like, but we just have to make it work. So I have my tint in warm brown. I'm going to put my melt spray in a container just like I always do, and then get a brush. So I like to use the brush because it just makes the work come out really neat. So let's say she's wearing makeup, you're not going to see any white lines around. So what I usually do, the duration I curl the hair is the duration I'm going to leave the band on for. So this is going to help it just, melt into the person's skin. So I'm going to curl this hair off camera. I also have a curling video which I'm going to leave up there, so you guys go watch that video. This is the result. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, anything you want to see here on my channel, don't forget to leave it in the comments below, and I promise you guys I'm going to come through. So I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.